Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Athletes Roundtable. This podcast is brought to you by Athletes Productions, the best place to find Iona highlight reels, podcasts, and much more. Today, we are joined by
James Carey.
All right, James, we're just going to do a few basic questions just to get to know you a little bit. So, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
And where are you from?
I'm from Pelham, New York, like 10 minutes over.
Very close.
Yeah.
And what's your major?
Finance.
Finance.
Yep.
So, how did you first get into basketball?
It's pretty straightforward. My dad played in college, so pretty much right when I was born, he kind of put a ball in my hands, went from there. Yeah.
Did you play any other sports growing up, or was it just basketball?
Yeah, I played baseball. I ran cross country. I played a lot of other sports when I was younger, but those two I carried on to high school and stuff. So.
I think I seem to remember reading something. You were pretty good at cross country, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of ran just to stay in shape for basketball. But yeah, no, I did well. I ran I actually went to high school in Kentucky for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And I ran while I was there. When my senior year, I came back to Pelham, and I didn't run when I was at Pelham, but I ran when I was in Kentucky for 3 years. So.
Why'd you go to Kentucky?
I moved with my family, so my dad got a new job down there. So I lived in Pelham my whole life leading up to that, and then my freshman through junior year, I lived in Kentucky, moved with my family.
How would you describe going to school in Kentucky?
It's different. It was definitely a culture shock at first. I mean, growing up in New York, everything's so, like, up-tempo, fast-paced. Kentucky's a little more laid back, so it was definitely a weird transition at first. But, I liked it. I was in Lexington, which is kind of an emerging city, so... like University of Kentucky's there, so it's kind of like a college town. So it wasn't, too big of an adjustment, but I liked it.
Which one do you like better? Do you like Kentucky or New York?
That's tough. I mean, I lived in New York my whole life. All my family's here. My friends are here. So, if I'm ever asked where I'm from, it's New York, New York always. But
Fair. I've always been in New York. Jordan, you too?
Yep.
Yeah, always. New York natives.
Yeah.
Going back to basketball here, what's your favorite part of either practice or games, or what would it be?
It's tough. There's a lot. I guess just a lot of the relationships I've developed playing basketball here. I've met so many great guys on a team and on a coaching staff that, those relationships will last forever. I've gotten really close to a lot of the guys. So I guess just hanging around them, being around them all the time is great. It's something you can't really compensate for anywhere else. You create that bond just practicing every day together and doing everything together.
What would you say is so important in order to get those bonds with your teammates to perform well?
Well, yeah, team chemistry is definitely a big thing on the floor. That's interesting though. I mean, I think those relationships kind of have to be genuine, and I think you kind of just develop that through working hard together. Especially playing for Coach Pitino, it's really demanding, and when you're going through all that together, I feel like you really develop something close, something real. And I think it's just like a natural thing, and I think the coaches do a great job recruiting guys who are good kids and don't cause any problems in the locker room. I've never had any issues with anyone since I've been here. So.
Now you came from a different school, right?
Yeah, so I transferred from Gettysburg in Pennsylvania.
Okay, and that's D3, right?
Yeah, D3.
So what's the big difference between D3 and D1?
Well, there's a lot of difference. One, when you're playing D3, there's no one at the games. You're in the middle of nowhere. Here we obviously have an awesome atmosphere at the Heinz Center, so that's one big difference. I guess in terms of, level of play, D3 people can really play, and I think that's something that's really underestimated a lot. In terms of skill, they can really play. I think the biggest difference is just size, athleticism, and probably basketball IQ. Those are probably the three biggest differences to me. I think one of the biggest adjustments for me coming from a D3 to D1 is just transitioning to like the physicality and the speed of the game. That's not really simulated as much in D3.
So coming from D3 to now being coached by a Hall of Fame basketball coach, what would you say is like the biggest factor playing at Iona under Coach Pitino?
Biggest factor, like in terms of what, like? Biggest
factor in like how you build your game up.
Oh yeah, well, so Pitino's known like notoriously for his player development, and like I said, it's super demanding. So we every day pretty much we'll have like individual workout sessions in the morning, which are broken up by position. So I'll be with the guards, and like through there we'll just get like 45 minutes of work, and just like doing that every single day. I feel like I've developed so much. Obviously he's one of the greatest coaches ever, and he has a knack for developing players and making them great. So just, doing that every day, it's been a big factor. And then we practice for 2.5 to 3 hours later in the day every day. So, and we go live the entire time. So when you're doing that, going up against, people like Barrick, who are, one of the best defenders in the country, people like Danis and Walt and those guys, being a guard, Cruz, Anton, everyone. So, just going up against guys like that who are so good every day, it really helps you elevate your game. And yeah.
Do you find that having all these things like the individual and the practices every single day, do you find that there's like too much pressure on you as a college athlete?
No, I wouldn't say that. I kind of like it because, I've played basketball my whole life. So when we're out of season, I find that sometimes I'm kind of like, what do I do all day? But I feel like when we're in season, it really helps me like structure my schedule and kind of develop a sort of discipline where, I know I have free time here and free time there, and I know I'm not going to be free here and there. So I know like in those time periods, I have to get this done and this done. So I don't think it's a lot of pressure. It's difficult sometimes, but I think it's actually helpful in a lot of ways for structure.
Do you believe that there's more pressure on you because you're the president's son?
That's interesting. I think me and my dad, we have a really good relationship, and I think, I was always someone who never wanted to go to school close to home, and like never I ever think I would end up at his school. And then obviously there's a lot of like influences like Coach Pitino, the pandemic, stuff like that caused me to end up here. But when I did decide I was going to come, we kind of said from the start, like, I'm going to be a college kid, I'm going to be a student, you're going to do your job, and like we're going to keep everything separate. Like at the end of the day, you're my dad, I'm your son. So like whatever goes on in the locker room, whatever goes on basketball, like that's my thing, that's separate. Whatever he's doing, that's separate. And I think we do a good job of that. And I think, it just helps make everything work. So to answer your question, no, I don't think there's added pressure from that,
Okay.
Why did you choose to come to Iona?
It's a long story, I guess, but to make it simple, I dealt with some injuries at Gettysburg, and then the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth of just the school and everything, because I know you guys were kind of the same thing with just like everything being virtual. Our season was cut short, just no one around and stuff. And I loved Gettysburg too. I met a lot of great people there and everything. But then when Coach Pitino came, I was like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's just stuff you couldn't do at that level, to play at the venues we play in, to travel all over. We've been to Greece, Hawaii, places like that. And just to learn from him and experience that, that's something you can't do anywhere else. So it was kind of a hard opportunity to pass up on.
How would you describe in your own words your role on the team?
It's interesting because, obviously I don't play the minutes other guys play, but I do practice the same way everyone does. I do everything else the same way everyone does. So, and that's what's one of the great things about Coach Pitino is, like when he called me to come here, he's like, look, I don't treat my walk-ons any different from anyone else. Like, I'm going to treat you like anyone else. You're going to be a vital part of practice. You're going to be a vital part of, everything we do. And so to me, my job is really to just push the other guys, make them better at practice. When I'm in, if I'm guarding whoever, I'm going up against whoever, if I'm running the scout for another team, like I'm just going to try to do it really well to make sure the other guys are ready to play, make sure they're better. And then I guess during games, other standpoint, just support them, make sure everyone has their head in the right space, cheer them on. When I get in the game, just play within the offense, play the best I can, do what I can,
So on game day, walk us through your emotions. Are you feeling excited, nervous? What are you feeling?
Excited. Definitely excited. It's. I don't know how to describe. I'm excited. I'm a competitive person, so I try to be relaxed. I try to just put my head in the right space, but I'm definitely excited more than anything.
And do you have any like pregame rituals you do?
Not really. I'm a type of person. I feel like if I overthink things, I don't do as well. So I like to kind of just clear my head, think about anything other than basketball until I have to go there.
So now, there's been many games where I've obviously been a part of. Jordan and I have seen it. But how does it feel for you when the whole crowd is chanting your name to get you in the game? How does that feel personally?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I think one of the unique things about Iona is we have that smaller gym. And I think we have one of the better home court advantages, definitely in the MAC and definitely at the mid-major level. So, the crowds, obviously, they always impact the game, and it's awesome that we have that kind of support. So, obviously, a huge shout-out to the crowd. They make it a lot of fun to play. They impact winning. So, and for me, I try not to let it, get into my head too much. Like I said, like when I get in, I try to – there's 4 other guys on the floor with me. I can't try to play selfish and Patino rip me if I do. So, and also another thing is, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, like, the net ranking system and everything. So, like, it's like an advanced analytic metric that, like, ranks every team in the country. And the tournament committee uses that to, like, do seeding for the tournament. So that factors in, even when I'm in, if it's at the end of the game, the whole game, like, win margin, everything, all those go into it. So I know Patino ripped my head off if I screw up the net. So I have to, I practice every day. I just do what I practice.
Outside of basketball, do you have any hobbies that you like to partake in?
Yeah, I like to play golf.
Huh.
Me, Quinn, Parker, and Oz play a lot, actually, when the weather's nice.
Nice.
And, I'm a finance major, so I do stocks a little bit. Those are probably 2 of my bigger ones.
Dabble. Dabble in stocks.
Yeah, dabble with them.
Have you ever gone to Top Golf?
Yeah, we have. We went twice with the team, actually. We went when we were in Vegas for the Santa Clara game this year, and we went last year when we were in Orlando.
Like, I'm not a big golfer, but playing Top Golf is just so fun because it's not really like you're playing golf. It's just you're just taking a tee and just swinging it. So
Yeah, it's fun.
Mini golf has always been mine. I've never I don't think I've ever used a driver before in my
Really?
life. Yeah, maybe just to launch some balls into the woods.
Yeah, you should
by
try
my
it out.
house.
It's fun.
But mini golf was my game.
Yeah.
Back to basketball. What are your individual goals for the rest of this season, and also, like, what are the team's goals?
Win. We've kind of hit a rough patch over the past couple of weeks, but I think we're figuring those kind of things out now. I think we have the most talented team in the conference, and I think there's no reason to not win. And especially the way things ended last year. Kind of gotta redeem ourselves. Get back to the tournament. So we're figuring those things out. But I think at the end of the day, it's just to win.
The last game was electric.
Oh yeah, that comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to another segment. Would you rather? How it works? Very simple. We're just gonna pose a would you rather question, and then we're all gonna give our answers, defend it, talk about it, whatnot. So the first one that we have, and Jordan and I were talking about this earlier, and we disagree, but we'll go to you first. But would you rather be the best college basketball player rather, but do nothing in the NBA, or would you rather be a bench warming NBA player that came out of college, wasn't really known and still isn't known?
I mean, I think I would go get that, $5 million rookie contract or whatever.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, honestly. I want to be a bench warming NBA player. Like, my finances are secured.
Well, now with NIL, you could.
That's
you're
true.
Killing it in college, but I still think the NBA contract would be a little more valuable. So I think I got to roll with that one.
Yeah.
I'd say be the best college basketball player and then be a bust in the NBA. Because if you think about it.
Are you still going to the NBA and you're just not succeeding?
You're still going to the NBA, but you're just like a bust.
Well, that's kind of the same situation.
That's
in the
true.
NBA
But
regardless.
the bench warmer will stay on like
Bench
the whole
warmer will
career.
like stay on the team for like
Oh.
10 years.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it'd be like you're in the league for like 2 years.
Huh.
I'd say be the best college basketball player because you can make a name for yourself. Now with the NIL, you can get paid for it.
Yeah.
And then in the NBA, I mean, if you're a bust, you still made a name for yourself. You got money. And then people know who you are still. But it might change your perspective if you become a bust. But I'll just say I got injured or something. And I just-
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true. No, definitely a fair point.
I don't know. I mean, it would be great to be like the best college basketball player, but like, I feel like your name would just be thrown out once you were a bust in the NBA. Like, if it was an injury, maybe it would be different.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I would have to.
I think
go
of a
with-
guy like Jimmer Fredette when you say that. Yeah, you know, remember him from BYU?
I don't,
Oh,
actually.
you don't remember Jimmer Fredette?
I like kind of remember him.
He was awesome. You should look up his highlights. But he was like face of college basketball for a few years, and he
Really?
just didn't pan out in the NBA. Yeah, he was a
Huh.
lotto pick and everything.
I feel
Weird.
like the person that comes to mind for me is like Markelle Fultz. Like he was
Yeah.
pretty good in college, and then when he got to the NBA, like
Yeah.
he's all right, but he's not
Yeah.
a star.
Well, he's still going.
Hmm.
Jimmer he's out of the league now, so
Huh.
I
So
think he's
weird.
doing well for himself. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Some players are so strange. Like Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be like the best top prospect coming out of college, or one of them up there.
Mhm.
And then he came to the NBA and he was like really bad, but now he's really good. Like it makes no sense. I don't.
It's all because of the Warriors. The
Yeah,
best
no,
team in the
that's true
NBA.
though. A lot of it is fit. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of it's
Mhm.
fit. You gotta be put in the right situation.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right, the next would you rather question, going completely away from sports here, totally random, but would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
10 minutes or 150 years.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be alive in 150 years, so.
So you'd go 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10. Well, I feel like I can kind of anticipate what's gonna happen in 10 minutes though now.
Yeah.
That's why it's tough.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then I'll go 150. See what's going on there.
Mhm.
That's fair.
That's like my perspective too on it. It's like you can already kind of guess what's going on in 10 minutes from now. Like
Mhm.
maybe I'll just like walk out of this room and that's what happens in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or continue this podcast. But
10 minutes, I'll probably still be in here.
yeah,
Yeah.
like 10 minutes will probably be still doing this. But 150 years, like obviously you're not going to be here, but it'll be cool to see what happens in the future. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
I agree, but I feel like you can look at 150 years once, and then you're like, okay, that's what happens. Because like, if you look exactly 150 years in the future, I feel like there's going to be nothing happening pretty much all the time. So like, you can see like, I don't know what's going on with like technology and stuff, but 10 minutes into the future can be useful so many.
I just
more
want to see
different
what like
times.
New York City looks like in 150 years. Like
That'd
is
be
it going to be
kinda cool,
different or
yeah.
is it going to be the same, you know?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Very interesting.
Uh,
Jordan, you want to do the next one?
I like this one we came up with. Have a mullet for a year or be bald for 6 months.
mullet for a year. Mullet.
Mullet?
Yeah, not even close.
I could never do a mullet. I would wear hats all the time, but I'd have to do bald for
I feel
6
like
months.
people can pull off a mullet.
Yeah, like I feel like it depends on like the type of person you are. Because some people look good in a mullet, some people just look terrible in a mullet. I feel like it's pretty hard to not look good being bald because you can be like, oh, I'm just bald, like, I don't have any hair, you know. But I don't know. Like I used to have long hair, but then I cut it all like in the summertime. I didn't go bald, obviously,
Yeah.
but I feel like being bald is not that bad of a look.
Yeah, plus like you can wear hats. You can.
Yeah.
I would just wear hats
let
everywhere.
I
You kinda
guess.
make it rock.
Me personally, I like my hair, so I could just grow it out a little bit.
I guess we can do one more here. I liked this one. Would you rather have to wear sweatpants everywhere for the rest of your life, or never wear sweatpants again?
Probably never wear them again, because when it's really hot, I'm not gonna
True.
want to wear sweatpants. When it's cold, I just throw on like khakis or jeans or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with never wear them again.
I'm the same way. Like I can, if I was wearing shorts yesterday in the cold, then like I could make it work enough times
Yeah.
and have jeans or something.
Yeah, no,
But,
there's
like,
alternatives
sweatpants,
there. Yeah.
I wear them all the time. It's
But if it's 100 degrees out, I not wear
Yeah.
sweatpants.
true.
No, like sweatpants are nice because they're comfortable, but I feel like you can wear jeans or like
Yeah.
nice dress pants.
There's
Just
alternatives,
let it
yeah.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
And also when it's like 100 degrees out, I'm not trying to wear sweatpants at like
Right.
a beach or something.
Right,
Or, like,
right.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think-
be outrageous. Imagine
yeah.
going in the ocean like in sweatpants.
Mhm.
That's true. Actually, I never thought about that. Like
You come out with all soggy and everything.
drenched. All right.
Time for trivia.
Time for trivia.
Time for trivia. How this works: one of us hosts, me and myself, Jordan, and the other one, Ryan, goes head to head against our guest athlete of this week in the trivia battle, which is James. First one to buzz in gets to answer first. If they get it wrong, and the other person has a chance to buzz in. If you get a question correct, you get 20 points, but if you get it wrong, you lose 10 points. First to 150 points, or whoever has the most points by the end of the 20 questions, wins the game. If the contestant wins, we give them a prize, but if they lose, they have to post an embarrassing picture on their Instagram story saying they lost. Okay, you guys ready to begin?
Yep. Already.
When was Iona founded?
I can't take a guess on that one.
I'll give like a ballpark. I buzz it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
18. No. 1849.
It was actually 1940, so it was 100
dang.
years after.
40.
One of the numbers was right. Better than my guess.
I think I should take the W there.
What number was good enough?
Number 2. Who is the only athlete to ever be both an MLB All-Star and an NFL Pro Bowler?
Oh my gosh. Bo Jackson.
Yep. Plus 20 for Ryan. Score is 20. Ryan, minus 10, James. Do you guys think Bo Jackson is the greatest athlete of all time?
He's up there. I mean, if you can, like, what was your trivia? What was the records you just had?
He's the only player to both have an MLB All-Star and an NFL Pro Bowler.
I mean, that's insane. I don't think he's the best athlete of all time. I'd have to say it's Michael Phelps, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Phelps is just, like, the most gold medals of anyone. So, like, I'd have to go with Michael Phelps, but, like, Bo Jackson's up there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of, like, sheer dominance in your sport, you have to go with someone like Phelps or Tom Brady, Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm. MJ, LeBron.
MJ. I'm an MJ guy, not LeBron.
MJ guy?
MJ,
We can have a whole segment
debate
on this. All right. Question number 3. What sports player has the most championship rings?
Wait, any sport?
Any sport.
Oh, I was going to say Bill Russell for basketball, but is it Bill Russell?
Yeah, Bill Russell.
That's a solid guess.
All right. Score is 20 Ryan, 10 James.
Already doing better than last week, Jordan.
Last
week it was like
Last week it was rough for me. Not gonna lie.
for a while until you pulled it
Wait,
back.
How's the scoring system work?
So
So when you get
We both got one.
Yeah,
so
but
if you
if you
get
get
it wrong-
one right, it's 20 points. If you get one wrong, it's minus 10 points. So since
So I
you
should
got
have never
20, it's
answered
plus
Diana
10.
one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That's all right. It's all right. The Bill Russell was made up for it.
Yeah,
I
there we
guess.
All right, number 4. Out of the U.S. professional sports teams, which team has the most championships?
U.S. professionals. Oh, Yankees.
Yep.
Oh,
Yankees.
yeah.
Come on, Ryan. You
I
should've
know.
known
I
that
should
one.
know that. Yankees fan, technically.
The quote, "You're killing me, Smalls," originated in what movie?
Sandlot.
Yep.
Let's go.
50 points for James, 20 to Ryan. All right. I think Sandlot is not the best baseball movie, by the way. I think it's Field of Dreams.
Field of
honestly.
Dreams
Field
is
of Dreams is a
good.
classic, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sandlot is great.
Sandlot's
Don't get me
all
wrong.
time.
Sandlot is good, yeah, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's overplayed a little bit.
that's fair. Like maybe overhyped a little bit.
Yeah,
But
but
it's like a part of your childhood type thing. Though,
that's
you know?
true, yeah. Like the characters are so iconic.
Yeah.
All right. What is the theme to 8 Mile performed by Eminem?
What is Lose Yourself?
Yep. All right.
Great movie.
Ryan's making a little comeback.
That is
50
such a good
James
movie.
for
I love Eminem.
Ryan.
Probably my favorite rapper. He
Really?
is. Yeah. But
Do you have a favorite rapper?
Yeah, Meek Mill.
Meek Mill?
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Drake fan, but like I know Drake and Meek Mill don't have a beef anymore. But that song "Dreams and Nightmares," I don't know. I feel like that's the most. I feel like every single sporting event I go to, they always play that song,
Yeah,
which
it's a
like
little
gets the crowd
overplayed.
hyped. But I don't know.
It's
They
overplayed.
can use other songs.
I think like in terms of like records, I feel like Drake is the best rapper just because I feel like he's always on the top of the Billboard charts. Like every single year, or at least up there. But I don't know. I like Eminem's, like, his flow is just like wild.
No, yeah. I think Eminem is probably the best lyrical rapper, but
I also have to say, old Kanye. Nothing.
what kind of good?
Old Kanye is really good. I don't know about new Kanye.
Not the new Kanye?
Old Kanye is probably second best in my opinion.
I like Jay-Z, too.
Jay-Z's
He's a
up
big
there,
one.
yeah.
You could throw J. Cole and Kendrick
J.
Lamar
Cole.
up there.
Kendrick, yeah.
What was the first ever Pixar movie?
I want to answer it wrong.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm out. I don't know.
See, I don't like the minus system because I would throw up a guess.
All right, the answer is Toy Story.
Oh, really?
The best
Okay.
Pixar movie, in my opinion.
It's up there.
Yeah.
We talked about this last. I don't know how we keep getting on these subjects, but I love The Incredibles.
Incredibles good.
Very good. Jordan?
I already proved my point on the Incredibles.
I don't know about prove your point. You said they're overrated. Like
They are overrated. I feel like Incredibles 2 is better than Incredibles 1. That might be another hot take, but I like
That's a hot
Incredibles
take.
2 better than
That's a hot
Incredibles
take.
1.
yeah, that is a hot take for sure. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't beat the first one.
Which team won the first ever Super Bowl? Which team won the first ever Super Bowl?
I think it's me, right? Packers?
Yep, Packers.
I only know that from Ethan. Yeah, he said it within the last 2 weeks to me recently.
Packers right now aren't doing that good, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to leave them soon. So
Do I want
Rumors
him
to
on the Jets?
Yeah.
I don't.
Are you
If
a
he
Jets
goes
fan?
to the
I'm a Jets
Jets.
fan. I'm a huge Jets fan, but I don't want him. Like,
It's gonna be like Brett Favre.
it's like, yes, it should be really good for them in this next year, but like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of rooting for Derek Carr right now. Like,
Derek Carr.
I know, I mean, obviously like Lamar or Aaron Rodgers would be better quarterbacks than Derek Carr, but like, you'd have to give up so much more to get him. Like, you give out two first rounders and like $50 million versus Derek Carr. Is he a free agent? No. No, he's just leaving. But still, you're not going to be paying him $50 million. And I feel like if the Jets had a competent quarterback this year, then they would have.
No Zach Wilson.
Yeah, no Zach Wilson.
Joe Flacco was killing it for a little bit, and Mike White.
Like one game.
Mike
Mike
White.
White was the best, but still not good. Even Chris Streveler, like the fourth stringer CFL quarterback, he did better than Zach Wilson in that.
No, I feel like Derek Carr is very underrated.
He is.
Yes.
I agree.
I
Like,
think
I mean,
he
he's
would
a
be
Pro
good fit in
Bowler.
the Jets. Yeah.
No, he's a good QB.
Speaking of Pro Bowlers, Tyler Huntley,
That
the
was crazy.
Ravens backup, he had I know he had a good playoff game against the Bengals. Like, sure, he kept it in them. It was up to him. He did fumble it, like one of the last plays of the game, which caused them to lose. But like, he played pretty well. But in the regular season, which Pro Bowl is supposed to be, it's like he had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. How in the world is he a Pro Bowler? Like, he did not play well. And it was in like 5 games too. Like, Mike White played better than that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Moving on to the next question. The quote, "I am the one who knocks," originated in what TV show?
Beats me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that.
You guys don't know?
No,
Breaking Bad.
I've never seen it.
Wow, that's...
I want to see it.
See, like, I know your favorite show is The Office, but Breaking
The Office
Bad
is up
is
there. I like
top tier
Lost.
show.
Lost is good.
What would you say is your favorite show?
Sopranos. Sopranos is the best one I've seen.
That's a classic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It is pretty good. My former roommate used to watch it all the time.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend. It's really good.
Okay. Noted.
Which rapper has the most Grammy nominations?
Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. It's gotta be Drake, right?
Nope.
No.
I don't want to guess.
Don't want to guess?
Nah.
Alright. The answer is Jay-Z
Oh.
with 88 nominations.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. Dang.
I guess I could see that though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
He's
think
been also
Beyonce has the
featured.
most.
Like Alicia Keys, like
Yeah,
Mhm.
like he's been featured on a lot of songs.
that's true.
Huh. Interesting. What question are we on, Jordan?
Number 10.
Number 10, halfway there.
Mhm.
And what's the score?
Score is 60 Ryan to 40 James.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's 20 for
It's a
right
close
click,
game.
if I
Yep.
get it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm right there. One possession game.
We
Yeah.
got 10 questions left. On Instagram, who is the most followed athlete? And it's the best soccer player.
Oh man.
That's a little tease.
Wait, it's the best soccer player?
Maybe.
Messi?
Nope.
I'll Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I only know that because you said Ronaldo was the best, but it's Messi is the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Messi is the best.
He messed me up.
Well,
There's a little bit of collusion going on here.
All right. The concept of gravity was discovered by which famous physicist?
Isaac Newton.
Yep.
Still one possession
Scores
game.
80 Ryan, 60 James. What is the name of the tallest grass on Earth?
Bamboo.
Yep, bamboo. 100 Ryan, 60 James. How many states are there in the U.S.?
50.
Oh my god.
I got that.
Yeah, you would too.
You got it.
You just had to throw a curveball in there.
Well, I got to see if you guys are actually good at trivia or... What is the biggest state in the U.S.?
Alaska.
Yep. James made a complete comeback.
Let's go.
Scores 100-100.
Dang. Or if anyone gets to 150 first, that's the
Yeah, whoever gets to 150 first as well also wins the game. Who was the 16th president of the U.S.?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yep. 120-100, favor of Ryan. What are the three primary colors?
Red, yellow, blue.
You said red, yellow, blue?
Yes.
That's wrong.
Oh, what?
3 primary.
Oh, I'm pretty...
I might be wrong.
I don't know if this website gave me the right answer, but
I might have to look that up.
you can guess if you want. And then we'll
That
get a
would
fact
have been
check
my
on
answer,
that
so
one.
I'm not going to guess.
No, it's red, yellow, and blue.
Red, yellow, and blue?
Yeah.
No, you
So-
got to
so-
go
so-
by the...
I don't know where I got red, green, and blue from, but all right.
Wait.
No, it could
I
be
have an
blue.
article here. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, right? Well, not exactly. What?
Oh.
What does that mean?
It means it's green.
Red, green, and blue? No way.
Yeah, it is red, green, and blue, right? I thought I was
I mean,
losing my mind for a second,
I'll-
so I looked that one up.
Okay, I'll go with that. I definitely thought not because
All right.
I don't know. It's fine. Take
We'll
the points
go
away.
120 Ryan, 100 James. I didn't give you the points for that one.
That's fine.
How many continents are there?
7.
Dang.
Yep.
Had my buzzer away in my pocket. I forgot.
Tie score 120-120. Who hosted the celebration of the first modern Olympic Games?
Oh, modern. Oh, shoot. Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Greece.
What's the score?
It is 140-120.
How many questions we got left?
This is the last question.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a tiebreaker?
We had this happen last time.
We did
too.
have one happen last time too. Okay. All right. Let's see who gets this one. How many MAC championships has the men's basketball team won?
I don't even know that.
I don't know.
How many MAC championships? Okay, let's see. Well, I know we have 5 from the last whatever.
5
how many
years. Yeah.
I don't know about before that.
I'm not taking a guess.
I kind of need to throw one out there, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to
If you
use
don't
my
guess-
photographic memory to look at the banner.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
know
was
I'm
thinking
saying?
too.
Is there a time limit on this?
Nah. This is the last question.
Yeah. If you get it
I'll
right,
give you all the time you need. Because if you get it right, it's tie score. If you don't, you lose.
a lot of pressure.
It's somewhere from 8 to 12, I think.
Maybe.
I was looking for the facial expression.
All right, I'm buzzed in. I'm gonna go with 11.
Wrong.
Can I take a guess?
If you want, yeah.
That's not. I'm not counting it. I'm just taking a guess. 16.
Nope.
Oh,
Answer is 13.
13.
I was ballpark. I was close.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure the team with the second most is 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
The
Go
conference
Gales.
moved around a lot.
yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
all right. So your winner is Ryan.
Thank you.
It's
Oh,
rigged.
it was a much better competition than last week, Jordan. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Okay.
No offense to Kate out there, but
I think me and Kate killed it last week.
for content maybe.
For content, yeah. I mean, The Up one was still a pretty good guess, I'd say.
This man said that Up was based off the life of a true story, or based off the life of a real person. The movie Up.
A movie with a guy coming up in there.
with the balloons.
Yeah,
and
because
tents.
because in the beginning it's like all about the old guy's life with like his wife. So
Man.
I
Maybe
thought
they
that was
just threw
pretty
in a
good.
few twists and turns.
Yeah, I mean,
Exaggerated it.
I forgot that they had like a talking dog and everything.
That would do it too.
Could have happened.
All right, well.
All right,
concludes
so that
trivia.
wraps up trivia. So, who or what are your inspirations in life and in basketball?
Who or what? Well, so this is actually my last year. I have a COVID year, but I'm not using it. So I'm working full time next year. So I guess in life, I'm gonna follow my career. Just try to be happy. I guess.
Mm.
I guess happiness. I don't know. Who I really look up to my dad. I'm really close with him. I look up to him. So I guess that would be my who. What just follow happiness makes me happy.
Mm. So, what is that job? What do you want to do after college?
So next year I'm working at an asset management company. It's actually in Rye, like 15 minutes away.
Nice.
So I don't know how long I'll stay there. What the deal? Actually, maybe I don't want them to see this. My boss, but I interned for them last summer. I really liked it. So I'm going back full time. See how it goes. Kind of go from there. I'm still getting my feet wet. So
Yeah. Do you have an ultimate goal of what you'd like to reach by the end of your life?
what, like career wise or?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm still getting my feet wet.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to learn as much as I can right now. I'm young, so I don't know if I have like an end goal yet. Kind of just see where I go, see where life takes me.
Fair enough. All right. Well, James, thank you so much for joining the
Yep,
show this
thanks
week.
for having me.
Of course. Pleasure. Thank you to all of you who are listening. We'll be back next week with a brand new show, so please stay tuned. This has been the Athletes Roundtable. This is Ryan,
Jordan.
signing off.